Hello guys, welcome to the video of building new house price predictor using linear regression. In this project, our aim is to develop a machine learning model using linear regression to predict the monetary value of a new house. The dataset which has been used is Boston House price dataset. I have divided this project into 5 simple steps, starting with data pre-processing, after which we get the data in the shape which we require for building the model. And the second step is normalizing the data. And after that, splitting the data into training and test set. Training set will be used for developing the model, and the test set will be used for testing it. Then the fourth step will be training the model using linear regression, and the fifth step finally will be prediction using the test dataset. So firstly, we input all the libraries required for developing the product, as you can see. Then we import the Boston House dataset, which is already available in the sklearn library, as you can see. Then this is a description of the Boston House dataset. This dataset consists of total 506 instances, that is 506 data points, and total of 13 independent attributes, and the 14th attribute target being dependent one. These are the 13 dependent attributes, and using this we will be predicting the target value or the price of the new house. Now using feature sorted, we can get see the first few rows of the features dataset. Similarly for the target. Now using concat function, we merge the 13 attributes along with the target attribute to get a single data frame, as you can see. Now next step is finding the correlation coefficient among all the possible pairs. There are many methods. We have used the Pearson coefficient method over here. Now after that, applying the absolute value and arranging the correlation coefficients in the descending order and plotting the graph, we get the following chart. And you can see that the attribute LSTAT has the maximum correlation coefficient above 0.7, and the attribute CHAS has the least correlation coefficient. That means that the target value will vary more frequently with LSTAT. But it is more sensitive to the LSTAT attribute among all the attributes. Therefore, we'll be using LSTAT attribute to develop our linear regression model. So our pre-processing step is complete. The second step is normalizing the data. Now, since the LSTAT attribute was the one with the highest correlation coefficient, so we used its values to get our X data frame, and our Y data frame will be target values. Now we scale the data on the scale of 0 to 1 using min-max scaler. So after normalization is done, our next job is splitting the data into testing and training set. In my case, I've divided the training and test data in the ratio 80:20, that is 80% into 20% ratio. You can do it even 70:30, that's up to you. Next step is building the model. The three functions that constitute this model are error function. This function returns the mean squared error in the predicted values for the given slope and constant. Update function. This function changes the values of the slope and constant. And the gradient descent function, which implements the gradient descent, which is used for reducing the loss. This is the formula for mean squared error, 1 upon n times sigma y minus ya to the power 2, where y is the predicted value, y is the expected value. Now, as discussed, we define first the error function as follows. Then using the equation to update weights, which is given here, we define the update function, and finally we define the gradient descent function. One point to note in gradient descent function is that it will execute until the value of error goes below the error threshold. Once it goes below the error threshold, it will stop automatically. Then we initialize the parameters to call the above functions. Then finally we get the slope and constant as minus 0.8197 and 0.6404 from our learning on the training dataset. So using this slope and constant, which we have got from the training dataset, we will predict the values for the test dataset. Now let's visualize what we have learned from the training dataset. So we use the regression line plot to plot the expected and the predicted training dataset. So this is the graph. We get the blue dots represent the expected training data, the training y values, and the red line denotes the linear curve which we have got from the linear regression model, and as you can see, this red line fits quite well for our given data. Similarly, we plot the error values graph to check how the error drops over time. And we um, took 250 iterations for training the dataset, and out of those you can see that after 100 iterations the error went below 0.01. Then the final step after training is prediction of the model using the test dataset. Now since our model has been developed, now we'll use that model to predict the y values for the test dataset. So we do this over here and we calculate the mean squared error for the same, and we get it as 0.0163. That means 1.63% error, which is quite low. Now same as we did in the case of training dataset, we plot the uh, target values for the expected test dataset and the predicted values, and we get this following curve, and you can see that the expected y values and the predicted y values from the test dataset which we have got is fitting quite well. Now you can observe that the scale is still from 0 to 1, so we need to revert back the normalization to obtain the actual house prices. We do that using inverse transform function, and after applying it we get the following result. Few rows have been printed for your analysis, and you can see this is the target house price in $1,000 and this is the predicted house price in $1,000 for the test dataset. Thank you.